What's up, guys? HD Motorsports here, bringing you another broadcast of the NNR Racing League. Tonight, the boys are going to Martinsville, and we got a little backfeed through your mic there, Pete.
Of course there is.
Just a little bit there, buddy. And there he is, the man of the hour, Pete, joining me in the booth tonight. As always, Pete, as we come into tonight at Martinsville, my heavy favorite is going to be Rowdy. The man's won the last two races at Martinsville. He's on fire here. He's basically the king of the hot dog, the king of the paper clip, whatever you call it, man. He's the man here.
He is on fire. Absolutely on fire. Yeah, you can't bet against him. Like you said, he's won the last two. In the spring, there were a few people that were really, really hot, but he got it done. Moore actually hasn't won in the playoffs yet. I look for him to be pretty strong tonight.
All right, well, that's definitely a good pick right there. Another guy you can't throw out is the 11 of CGMX Rose, who actually qualified terribly. He's starting P12 as I'm looking at the quick lineup real quick before they get into there. I'm in here. I don't know if you got an invite, but sitting on the pole is going to be the man of the hour. It's going to be Rowdy. Sitting there on pole position on the outside of him is going to be Aviator.
Don't think I got that invite yet.
I'll tell you what, Pete. I will give you one right now.
Because you're the man.
Nah, I'm all right. You do have a little feed going through your mic, though.
All right, let me unplug. 1 second. All right, is that better?
Testing.
Nope. Testing.
It's like when I talk. It's like you have me too loud. Turn me down.
I'm on a Bluetooth. I don't know how you'd be loud.
Like go in the settings, and then you should be able to mess with the volume and turn me down.
Okay, let's try that.
But the boys are out there on track right now. They're going to do their two pace laps. You got Rowdy there sitting on pole position on the outside of Rowdy. You got the Aviator. You got the 20 of Heated Snowman sitting P3 on the outside of Heated. Is that man a more smoke sitting P4? There in P5 is going to be the 12 of Knights with the solid qualifying effort here at Martinsville. And then you got the 2 of Stout Whiskey on the outside of him. So your top 6, Pete, are all playoff contenders.
Yeah. And I look, they're really going to have to try to stay up front best they can if they want to advance. After the last round, all the points are reset. The only people that have any kind of extra points are those that won or finished in like the top 2 or top 3. So yeah, there's a lot of people on that bubble already, and they got to try to get off it.
And here comes Rowdy right now. Round turns 3 and 4 down the front stretch. Green flags in the air here at Martinsville.
Yeah, Rowdy's going to take the preferred line right on, get to that curb, and he's got the 20 of Ingalls right behind him, or next to or outside of the 20 is the 38 of Ingalls, or the Aviator though, and it looks like the Aviator got a great run going into 3 and 4. He's able to get around that 20.
Yeah, going down a backstretch, he's going to foul right in behind that 18 of Rowdy, that 20 of Heated Snowman right behind him, and there goes a 42 of More Smoke down on the inside into turn 3, too wide.
Yeah, not quite sure whether he got loose or if he just decided to duck down low, but whatever he did, it worked.
Yeah, he got by him, and there's that 12 of Knights. Looks like he's going to give the 20 a little bit of bumper as well. He's going to sneak by. He's going to move up to P4. Knight sitting inside the top 5. He needs this run. He's currently got no bonus points coming into this round. And to talk about those names, you got Knights, no bonus points. You as well as got, what else we got no bonus points? Who else is out there?
Everybody else except for God Power, Rowdy, and Aviator.
I think there's 4. Stout's got a point.
Yeah, I think he came in second or third one of the last races. Yeah, you're right.
All right, here we go. Let's go and bounce around a little bit more. We got Rowdy out in front. We know he's going to be strong all race long. Here goes Tua Stout Whiskey, though. He's going to go up under Pro Viper there in the turn 3. He's going to clear him with ease. And the 43 of Jose's in tow. And there's that 11 of CGMX Rose.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see how long it takes CGMX Rose to make his way through the field. He's strong, week in and week out. Really curious to see what it's going to take or how long it's going to take for him to make his way to the front. And I'm actually still looking at the battle between the 12 and the 20. The 20's giving the 12 that bumper once or twice, as it's now forcing the 12 to go high. And you see the 20 getting into the inside of the 12 right now.
Yeah, down a backstretch, but the 12 of Knights has them cleared coming in a turn 3. He's going to run that low line there, but he's going to wash up just a bit. And they're still going side by side down the front stretch.
Yep, side by side going into 1. Now you got the 20 that's got the preferred line. 12 is going to look for that real good launch off the high side. Can he keep it?
Nah.
Nope. Looks like 20 is able to pull that pass.
Yeah, he pulled the pass off. That 12 and Knights got into the wall there just coming out of turn 2. There's that 43 of Jose 720. And Jose is my heartbreak of the playoffs, I think. The man is just strong everywhere. Just came up that short. He was locked in until the very last lap when he ran out of fuel. That allowed Natty Dread to get locked in. And just, it's terrible. Terrible feeling for Jose 720, but he's still out here showing that he's got the speed to be able to pull the win off or something. I hope he can do it.
Yeah, he was on Twitter talking about how disappointed he was. And even though he was disappointed, you got to think him and Dohar both coming from nothing but, or mostly, setups. So for them to switch over to the default side of things, that kind of says a lot for their skill.
And we're going to have a battle brewing here right behind Jose 720. That's the Tua Stout Whiskey. And the 11 of CGMX Rose has made it by the back of the pack. He is prowling right now, looking to pounce on that Tua Stout as they go down the front stretch. That 11 looks a little faster here in the early run.
Yeah, the 11, he's fast. He got like you said, he qualified poorly, but I'm looking forward to, I'm waiting to see how quick it takes him to get to the front, or closer to the front, I should say. But you got to figure, as he makes passes on these cars, the competition is going to get more and more, it's going to get harder to pass. So he's got to get all he can on these tires where they're still good.
And he got by Stout Whiskey with pretty much ease. I think that's more or less Stout knowing the situation. Rose is just a bit faster at this very moment. He let him go by. I look for Stout to run a very good, clean, but precise race. He may not have the car to win this, but if he can get a top 5 finish, I think that's a considerable win for him.
Oh, yeah. I don't recall where Stout finished in the spring, but he was definitely among the strongest cars.
Yeah,
so now, whoa, a little bit of a battle there between the 11 and the 12 now. I'm not quite sure. Knight seems like he's falling back a little bit. Rose going to try to find the cleanest line around.
Oh, there's a big wreck there in the turn 2. Caution is not out just yet. As Carroll, no, caution out?
Nope, no caution.
Yeah, no cautions out. Carroll was completely sideways there in the middle of 1 and 2. Rowdy was right there in the picture. I think he squeezed by him. I think Carroll might have hit the curb there just a bit. Got a little loosey-goosey, and he spun that thing around.
Yeah, I'm actually watching Amore's stream, and Amore's got the 48 of Carroll right in front of him now. So Carroll's about ready to go a lap down if he hasn't fallen a lap down already.
Yeah, and you were talking about
that.
Yeah,
he must have, because Carroll is already a lap down because Amore is in P2, and he's got Carroll between himself and the leader.
Yeah, you're talking about that battle between the 11 and the 12, and now you can include that Tua Stout Whiskey because he's right on the bumper of the 11 of CGMX Rose, and he's actually going to go and allow the Tua Stout Whiskey to get by him. So Rose trying to play a little strategy early on as well.
Yeah, I think what we saw earlier where the 11 let the 2 go by, where the 2 let the 11 go by, maybe he felt he was faster at that time. Well, I think the 11 just kind of repaid the favor, says, hey, okay, you're faster than me now. I'm not going to battle you. It's too early. Go on about it. By the way, when you get past or when you get under that 12 car, make room for me too.
Yeah, I think that's more or less what the issue is. I think Rose knows that the 2 might be faster than the 12. If he can get side by side with the 12, That's going to create a hole for him so he doesn't have to risk getting damaged or anything like that. We're going to have to keep our eye on this 3-car battle here later in the run. But here we go. That 42 of Amore Smoke is actually currently in front of that 18 of Rowdy. Did he get wrecked, or is he?
I'm not quite. No, Amore is still showing in P2 with Carroll right in front of him. Looks like.
Oh, the Aviator's P1. That's what it is.
Yeah, the Aviator's P1. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm not entirely too sure what happened to the 18 of Rowdy. I think it might have been something to do with that 48. Because like I said, I saw the 48 and I saw the 18 flash by, so maybe he had to check up big time. Maybe he got a little loose as well. That cost him a few positions, but this is a 2-time champion in the last 2 races. We're talking about the 18. He's going to be back up there in that front before it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong foursome right there behind Carroll. You know, the 42, the 18, the 43, and the 20. All 4 are proven winners. So it's that should make for a real good battle.
And here comes that 43 of Jose 720 down low on the 18, coming down a backstretch. 18 looks to be a little too tight. He's got a little front end damage in that car. I think he actually might have made contact with the 48.
That's very possible. So right now the 43 has definitely got the preferred line. He might have just kicked off that bumper or kicked off that curb right there a little bit. 40 or the 18's a little loose now coming off the corner as him and the 43 make contact.
And it looked like he gave the 43 the bumper there, but here comes the 20, a Heated Snowman down the front stretch, trying to get down low on the 18. He is right there. He's going to door him coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, the 20 of Ingolf, he's got a lot to prove. He missed these playoffs because of some other obligations that he had in the beginning of the playoffs, but he's no slouch.
Hey, you're right. That is a 20 of Ingolf. I'm going to call him 20 Heated Snowman all night.
Heated Snowman was in that car in the beginning of the season. Definitely understandable.
Look, I got a memory, a little bit of memory. But right now, I think the story of the race is going to be the 18 of Rowdy dropping back. I think he's outside the top 5 right now, if not sitting in 5th place. And that's going to be the 12 car of Knights looking at his rear bumper, and he's going to try and make an advanced move on him.
Yeah, Knights, I didn't get a chance to talk to Knights at all this week, due to moving and whatnot. So I'm not quite sure what kind of car he had, but right now he's looking pretty good.
I think he's looking great.
Yeah.
Because not only is he catching the 18, he's catching the 43, he's catching the 20. I mean, there was a considerable big gap right there as the 43 of Jose is going to get on the curve entering turn 3, but he's going to be able to hold it together as Carroll on the outside giving him plenty of room.
Yeah, Carroll's great about giving room. Anytime he ends up with any kind of issues, he runs towards the back. But there is just saw the 2-car Stout Whiskey taking a look to the inside of the 12-car Knights.
Yeah, I saw that, and we got a big wad here as that gap opened up just a bit as Knights is going to wash up in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Stout Whiskey down the backstretch with a good run out of turn 2 into turn 3.
I tell you what, Knights has got some really strong competition right now. You got the 2, you got the 11. The 18 is just in front of him, so he's among the front runners. But as far as points goes, Knights is actually pretty. He's like 7th or
he's
tied.
I think he's tied for last. There's three of them that are 9 points out. That 9 points goes to God Power, who's currently sitting P1 with those 9 points. But yeah, Knights, Amore, and someone else is tied at 0 points.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out tonight. But if all the chasers continue to race around each other, the points aren't going to change much, and that's going to make it even more interesting as we go into the 2nd and the 3rd race of the Eliminator round.
All right, we're going to get this right now. It's Knights, Natty Dread. I knew it was Natty Dread.
Yep, Natty made it in last week after Jose 720 ran out of gas.
Yep. Yes, sir. It's going to bounce around the field here just a bit.
Yep.
See what we got going on. As the 12-car Knights, who we were just talking about, who was just in front of Stout Whiskey in the 11 at CGMX Roads, now finds himself behind the 2. And behind Knights is that 21 to God Power, who's got that 9-point cushion, which very well could be half a race. I mean, what is there, 19 cars out there on track? I mean, that's almost a little less than half of the field, so he's got a half a race lead cushion coming into this. So all he really needs is about a top 7 finish. I think that'd be a great night for that 21.
Yeah, at probably the most technical track of the series. Absolutely. If you can walk away with a top 10 in this series with such a strong field of chasers, yeah, absolutely. Keep walking through the field as well. You see the 22 of J-Pa is going to pull underneath the 47 of Fort Smitty, and they're trying to hold off the 38 of Aviator to try to keep them going a lap down, HD.
Yeah, the Aviator on the outside of him as the J-Paw gets a little loose coming out of turn 2. There goes Fort Smitty actually going down for his first green flag pit stop of the night as the Aviator going to pull a power move on the outside of that 22 of J-Paw to put him up the first car a lap down.
Yeah, I guess Fort Smitty figures if he's going to get lapped right now, it might be the best time to go in, make any adjustments that he needs, top off the gas. I think these guys can go, like 50-something laps easily on gas, so their tires will probably wear out before the gas tank will.
I'm almost certain I think the tires wear out before the gas tank, because you're off the gas so much here in the middle of the turns, you know, completely off the gas through the whole turn. Straightaways aren't very long, so you're off the gas for basically half the track. Here at Martinsville, the paperclip, they're up in the stands. Yep. There's me and Pete up there in the booth eating a nice Martinsville hot dog.
The old pink dog, yeah. And it looks like Fort Smitty's going to make his way out of the pits now, as you see the 20 of Ingolds and the 43 go blasting by. So he lost 2 laps in that exchange.
Yeah,
but let's see what kind of now he should be able to make up a bunch of time on them with his adjustments in and some, 4 good Mr. Feelgoods.
Yes, sir, indeed.
4 new Mr. Feelgoods. There we go.
And I'm currently just watching the Aviator's line, and he's just running silky smooth, just right above the curve. That's exactly where you want to be. About quarter of a car length width off of that wall coming out of the corners. So he's running a nice, smooth line. Aviator's looking strong. Yeah,
Aviator's looking strong. And the last time I checked the Moore's stream to see where he was sitting, he's still in P2, but he's fallen from 1.2 down to 3.3. So Aviator's he's got a car under him tonight.
He's definitely running good. As we got the 42's got Ingalls in that 20 right behind him. Jose 720 sitting there in P4 right behind Jose. No way is going to be the 18 of Rowdy, who was out front leading laps. Looks to be struggling as of late.
Yeah, and right behind him you got the 2 car of Stout Whiskey. And then further back, you see God Power and the 6 of Heated Snowman and the back half of the top 10. So, yeah, these I'm guessing with 47 of Fort Smitty going in, we should start seeing green flag pit stops coming up here pretty soon.
Not necessarily. I mean, Martinsville is one of those tracks to where if you pit under green and that caution falls at a wrong time, you're going to find yourself 2 laps down fast. And at a place like this, Martinsville is hard for cautions. It doesn't really necessarily fly easy. The game doesn't throw it like that. I mean, Carroll was completely around and didn't throw a caution. And if you find yourself in that predicament, you might not find yourself back on the lead lap before this thing is all said and done.
Yeah, but these guys got a lot of space between. As you see the 6 of the Heated Snowman going into the pits now. There's a lot of room between these cars. As you see, the 1 car, the Sweeter Feed, he was actually up on 2 wheels going through 3 and 4.
Going to bounce around here just a bit.
Yep. Looks like the 21 of God Power is caught up to the back bumper. The 12 car of Knights. 12 car of Knights is going to hit that curb, push the 12 up into the grass, and the 21 is going to be able to go.
Yeah, I think Knights just let off there, let him by.
Yep.
He knew he was a little bit faster than he was. Knights might be trying a little bit of fuel strategy, trying to stretch it as far as he can on this first pit stop.
Yeah, I think he might have something to say about the 21 a little bit later on. He might feel like he got a little roughed up.
Yeah, but here comes the
But
Tua Stout
that's
Whiskey,
his,
your first playoff contender, still in the playoffs. That Tua is coming down pit road for his first green flag pit stop of the night.
Yep, and I think that
Here comes Knights. That's going to bring Knights down.
Yep. Yeah.
Four Natty Dreads down as well.
Yep. Once these guys all start pitting, you're losing so much time per lap to them now. You can't stay out too long.
Yeah, it looks like the 18 of Rowdy, the 11 of CGMX Rose, they're going to stay out for at least a couple more laps. As going down pit road right now is that 12, so he's going to go down his first lap. So easily, you're going down 2, as there comes that Tua Stout Whiskey. He's going to come out.
Yeah, he's going to come out. Looks like the Aviator, he's actually still on track. He hasn't pit yet. He's coming up on the 6-car heated Snowman. I don't think he's going to lap him though before he figures out that he's got to head into the pits too. Looks like a Moore hasn't pit yet either.
Now, I think the only playoff cars is going to be the 12, the 2, and the 4 have came down pit road as of yet. But like you said, man, these guys on older tires, they don't got their setup. They got older tires. They're going to be easily running about 4 to 6 tenths slower a lap than these fresh tires. So you got the guys like Stout Whiskey, who was sitting just inside the top 5. He might be trying to jump a couple positions, get the top 3. You know, you got the 12 of Knights trying to make up ground, as well as the 4 Natty Dread trying to make up that ground.
Yeah, the 4, he's got to make up quite a bit of ground. If anybody would have to try any kind of strategy in order to get max points. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a great big hole to dig out of, but being on the bottom, he's got to try to do whatever he can to have the best finish he can at Martinsville. It's a really tough track.
You know, another car that's at the bottom that's kind of surprising to say, that's going to be the 42 of Amore Smoke down there tied at the bottom. Here comes Amore Smoke in the 42, the 20 of Ingalls, and the 18 of Rowdy. There's the 21 of God Power as well, so we got more playoff contenders coming down for their green flag pit stop.
Yeah, so I think the only one that hasn't pit yet is is our leader.
I don't think I've seen the 11 down, which, if you haven't seen, the 38's coming down right now. He's down.
There it is. All right, so once Amore comes out of the pits, I'll take a look at his stream. I'll get us a lap count, and I'll also get us a temporary running order, because there's no doubt that things are going to change pretty big. Boy, seems like this pit road really crawls after watching him on track.
Man, it's ridiculously slow. But coming out in front of the Aviator, who's coming back down pit road. I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but he's coming down pit road for a second time.
Maybe he didn't get it full of fuel. I don't know, unfortunately. We'll see what happens with Moore's stream here. As he's on the backstretch, he's going through 3 and 4. Looks like he's going to be taking lap number 63, so we've got 198 to go, and he's in P6 right now.
P6, but that's just waiting for everything to cycle through.
Yeah, that's that's what I'm waiting on. If the Aviator makes it into the top 3 after having to pit for a second time, it'll be really interesting to hear, what happened if he makes it to post race, makes it up to the booth later. But it looks like the 43 of Jose 720 is in the pits. As you see, the 11, the 12, the 6, the 21, and the 1 car is Sweet Defeat all go by while he's still parked. Looks like he's going to come out of the pits now. And Amore, with all the changes, he's up to P5. And it looks like Coe hasn't pit yet, neither is J-Pa.
Yeah, as I was watching this battle between the 18 Rowdy and the 2 Stout Whiskey. Stout Whiskey got a little loose coming out of turn 2 down a backstretch. The 18's going to take well advantage of that, and he's going to pick up another position. He's back looking strong once he's got this setup in.
Yeah, he's got the 38 right in front of him, as well as the 22. I almost wonder if the 22 with J-Paw is trying some kind of strategy or hoping that caution will come out to where everybody else will pit again. You figure if that happens, you're going to want to get in there, get those 4 new tires, top off the gas, even if you were just recently in, and then hold that great track position, especially after just getting your lap back. But we'll see what happens here in the next few laps, whether him and Coey pit or not. By the way, HD, has that feedback gone away, or is it still there?
No, you're good.
Okay, great. Thanks.
You are great as the 20 of Ingals there down the backstretch. He's going to pull one on Jose's 720 as that 38 of the Aviator looking to squeak by as well. He's going to go side by side down the front stretch, this time into turn 1 with Jose. Aviator with the preferred line, though, is going to pass him with ease.
Yeah, he's going to pass him with ease. That's going to put Jose back a spot, and as well as the 18. And I'm trying to get through running order here. I'm not quite sure who's in first. It's definitely not the 38 anymore, but Coey's running P2, J-Paw's P3, Amore's P4. Ingals is sitting in P5, and Jose's 720 is rounding out your top 6.
Well, that just switched quick because the 18 around it just pulled a power move on that 43 of Jose 720 coming out of turn 4. Got down in there in turn 3, cleared him coming off turn 4 down the front stretch with ease, and he has got easily 3 to 4 car lengths on Jose. That 18 is a rocket.
Yeah, there's actually a really good battle going on right now between the 42 of Amore Smoke and the 4 of Natty Dread. Natty has to be a lap down because he's not in the running order on Amore's speed. But yeah, they were side by side and banging doors and all that right there for a good little bit. But they got singled out, and we're staying green.
And Natty just sticks to his race. I mean, we saw it happen last week. We were almost certain Natty was going to be the one to get knocked out. Yeah. Well, nonetheless, we were both wrong. As always, we're just winging it up here. Ended up being Jose 720 running out of fuel at the end of the race, and he ended up getting knocked out by 1 point. But yeah, this is not the time to be a lap down, Pete. I think that 4 knows it. He's just got to try and stay cool, calm, collective, and get by that race leader to 42 of Amore Smoke once this thing cycles through.
Yeah, I think he very well will be the leader. Because again, I'm not quite sure who's in first place, but Coey and J-Paw have not pitted yet. The 42 of Amore Smoke has for certain. So once the top 3 pit, Amore will be your leader. Ingals will be in second, and Rowdy will be right there in P3.
Yes, sir. As we got a lot of cars back here. Look like a bunch of cars all together. Coming out of turn 4 right now. You got the 20 to 38, 47, 24, 48, 18, 43 is back there in the 2 as well, as they are working their ways through turns 1 and 2. That's Coey on the high side. That's the 48 of Carroll on the high side. I think they're playing it smart. They're no longer in the playoff contention. They're like, some of these guys, man, are out here racing for the lights, racing to get into that Final 4 situation at Homestead. We're just going to go ahead and let them go wide. We don't want any part of this.
No. They don't. I wonder who is. I'm going to go back to Cody's speed. I wonder if the race leader. Okay, it looks like 22 with J-Paw just pulled on the pit road. So the car that I wasn't sure who the leader was, it was actually Sweeter that whole time. So as the 22 with J-Paw and Sweeter pulled down pit road, Cody's still on the track, and Sweeter had a 14-second lead on Amore Smoke, which will be eaten up here pretty quick as Amore's going down the front stretch. So Amore will be your new race leader with Ingals P2, Rowdy P3, Jose 720 in 4th. And I'm just waiting on, yeah, what, I'm not sure who the P5 car will be because Coey hasn't pit yet.
Gosh.
And there he goes.
You know, just a couple guys out here trying to play spoiler, trying to win this race at Martinsville. I'll tell you what, Pete, they went easily about 20 more laps, I'd say, than the guys who have already pitted.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they stretched this thing.
Yeah. Now, Sweeter's not in the chase any longer. Neither is Coey. Neither is the 48 of Carroll. You know, none of those guys are still running. But that doesn't mean that they can't go for the win, just as these chasers are. So if they could play spoiler, like was tweeted out earlier on NNR's Twitter, hey, the trophy and the money is all the same.
Yes, sir, indeed. And here comes the 2 of Stout Whiskey getting loose yet again. It looks like out of turn 2. That's going to allow the 11 of CGMX Rose to get by him as they're trying to put pressure on that 43 Jose 720. Here comes CGMX Rose, start at P12, working his way towards that top 5.
Yep, actually, with that pass on the 2 car, that put him in P5. So now it's a more smoke, Ingalls, Rowdy, Jose, and CGMX Rose. Still going through the field here. I'm still curious what made the 38 take another trip down pit road after having the race well in hand.
Hey, I'm not too sure what that issue was with that. But there's the CGMX Rose looking to get by that 43 of Jose 720. Now, Pete, what kind of man are you? You know this guy's in front of you. He's no longer in contention. You're giving the bumper? As it looks like CGMX Rose just gave him the bumper. I think that just answered my question right there. As CGMX Rose gave that 43 of Jose 720, he said, "Hey, buddy, why don't you just let me on by?"
Yep, I gotta go. I've got the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey breathing down my neck. He's fast. Behind them, you got the 47 of Fort Smitty. So yeah, no lack of fast cars around him. He's got
And it looks like the 18 of Rowdy might have got a bump from behind from that 4 car, a Natty Dread, which got involved at 20 of Ingalls. If I know something, that AT's not going to let that go, as he's going to go ahead and bump the 4 car coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. Somehow they're able to hold on to it. And there's the 20 of Ingalls going to get involved, and that 4 car is spun around. Big wreck in turn 2.
Yep, and the 4 car is stalled out. Still no caution yet. I have a feeling they're going to get called to the principal's office after this race because, yeah, Rowdy definitely took that. You know, he can get aggressive. I mean, his name is all about it. But yeah, that was a bit much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Of course, our end's a little different from their end. I'm not in that race seat. But I know one thing, Rowdy lost a ton of positions, and he's got a pretty damaged car as well, as the 11 and the 2 of Stout Whiskey and that 43 Jose was able to get by him.
Yeah, doesn't look like the 4 car of Natty Dread got a whole lot of damage, but now he's actually in the clutches of the 22 with J-Pa and the, looks like that's the 38 of Aviator right with them now. But I'm going to get back to the 18 of Rowdy here and see the 47 of Fort Smitty right behind him. And then the 1 car Sweeterfield, which was your leader at the end of those pit stops. So while all these guys pitted a while back, you know, they've had so many laps on their tires. They're getting worn. The 1 car, he still got brand new tires.
Hey, he's out here cooking and booging them. You know, that the only car I think that really ultimately hurts, yes, it hurts the 18, but it kills that 4 car, Natty Dread, who's already a lap down.
Yeah, Natty's going to have to really hope for a couple of better races coming up. I think the next 2 races are, I think, Texas and ISM, if I'm not mistaken.
You know me, I just show up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Texas and ISM. I could be wrong on Texas. But man, he's going to have to hope that he has better races the next 2 races in this final eliminator round before we get on to the championship race at Homestead.
So we got
working my way through the field.
Yeah, we got the 11 of CGMX Rose now starting to put a little bit of pressure on that 43 of Jose. 720, he's going to dive it down in there into turn 3. Going to have to check up, though. Jose holding a nice, steady line there. But that 11 looking low yet again into turn 1. He's going to get there this time by and clear him out of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, I almost wonder if the 43 of Jose actually kind of burped the throttle for just a second there. Either that or maybe not on our screen, one of those deals. Maybe the 11 might have given the 43 just a little bit of a nudge, sent them high. The 11 completed the pass, and now he's got the 4 car. Now, the 4 car is running around the track a little slow. You think he might be waiting on that 18, which is just 2 cars back?
Okay, well, we're going to find out here in a minute. Once these guys get around each other.
Yep. The 2 car Stout Whiskey is going to try to get by the 4 car, and then here comes the 18. I don't think the 4 is going to cut that 18 any slack.
I don't think so either. As I'm oh, there they go! A little bit of contact into turn 1, it looked like. See what the 4 car Natty Dread does this time into turn 3 with the 18 around. He's going to dive it in there, but nothing's going to happen as the 18 is going to check out. I think he's clear and he's safe at the moment.
Yeah. All right, well, the 4 cars definitely really got into that corner a little hot.
There's Stout Whiskey yet again getting loose at a turn 2. I've seen him get loose a few times right there in that spot. I expect to see him next time down pit road to tighten that bad boy up.
Yeah, he's going to have to. But hey, then again, if you're loose, it might help your car, turn a little bit better coming off these real tight corners. Just still going through. I'll get us a running order. Looks like more smoke. My early pick for the race so far is sitting P1. CGMX Rose is actually up to P2. Jose 720 is P3. D4C, or excuse me, old Mr. Rowdy is P4, and then Stout Whiskey continues to impress. He's running there in P5. I will get us a lap count as Moore is going through 3 and 4 right now.
Yeah, it is that 11 of CGMX Rose. He just got by the 22 of J. Paul, which is a lapped car, so he's got clear track all the way up to his teammate, that 38 of the Aviator.
We've got 144 to go, HD.
Good.
These guys are over 100 laps in already.
Man, this might be finished before we get to halftime in the football game.
Right?
I like that.
And it looks like the 4 Natty Dread is going to go ahead and pull that car down pit road just as the 42 of More Smoke was getting ready to put another lap on him. So waiting on. Let's see. I'm gonna check to see if Carol's streaming here. Carol right now is sitting in P16. Don't really see much else going on the track right now. A little bit of a battle between the 21 of God Power and the 1 of Sweeter Feed. Not too far behind them, you got the 20 of Ingalls. More Smoke has a pretty commanding lead over CGMX Rose right now at 8.4, 9.3 back to Jose, 10 seconds back to Rowdy, and 12 back to Stout Whiskey.
Yeah, he's basically got a half the track on the track on second place. But really, that 8.4 can erase pretty quick. I mean, you hit that curb one time, you get loose, you almost spin that thing. I mean, that's easily going to be probably about a second or two right there just alone. So More Smoke right now just needs to run a smooth, steady, consistent race. And barring any fuel strategy, because we know how good we're at fuel strategy, he's going to win this thing.
Yeah, he very well could. Just think, the 38 of Aviator had this race well in hand, and now he's got a ton of time that he's got to make up. But he's got just about 150 laps to try to do that. I don't know if he can make up a lap and a half or 2 laps or whatever he's down, but he's sure as hell going to try. Looks like the 47 of Fort Smitty, which is one of the first to pit. He's back down pit road now.
I think the 20 of Ingall's backed out. Because there was a guy with Fort Smitty, and then he just disappeared. It was a yellow car. I thought it was Rowdy for a minute, and I was like, I hope that wasn't Rowdy. But he's still out here turning some laps.
Yeah, it looks like the 20, the front end is all pushed in. It looks like got a blown motor there, HD.
Ah, what a tough break.
Very tough break. But Ingalls will, he'll be coming back strong and competitive as ever with the Heat 4 game, which comes out here in 5 days. If you're pre-order, they're 8 days. If you're getting the regular edition on the 13th.
That's right around the corner, man.
Yeah, right around the corner, literally. NNR's been actually hosting quite a few tryout races for the truck and Xfinity. And I've seen some pretty good racers coming up through, and listen to a little bit of the feedback on some of the guys. So it'll be interesting to see how the rosters fill back out again as we get started. I think it is just next month. I think they're taking just a couple of weeks off before Daytona in the 2020 season.
I can't wait to call that. Hopefully we get the toll, Zane. But
talking about that, I saw a tweet from old bearded one earlier this morning, and I mentioned needing the tool. The track map was a nice touch, but I'd love to see a first day patch giving us a running order and whatnot. So we'll see.
Yeah.
He mentioned something about taking names and all that, and left him a little comment.
There you go.
So, going back through on that note, try to find something going on. Looks like the 43 of Jose 720 and the 6 of Heated Snowman are nose to tail, as well as the 47 of Fort Smitty and the 37 of Pro Viper. I'm sorry, the 48 of Carroll, rather. But, Pro Viper is right in front of those two. Looks like 12. It looks like the 12 car of Knights. Almost did it. Almost. Is actually right with Stout Whiskey. I don't know if this is actually going to be a pass for position or if the 12 is a lap now. No, actually with that pass, 12 car put himself in P5.
There you go. So Knight's having a good
run.
Strong run tonight. He's going to need that. He's one of the drivers with 0 playoff points at the moment. He's got a little bit of deficit to make up. If he can get that top 5, man, that's a good, strong finish.
Yeah, absolutely. He passed the 2 car Stout Whiskey, and in order to do that, he had to pass the 21 of God Power and the 1 car of Sweeter. So he's got a good long run car, or so it seems.
Right now, though, more Smoke Man just laying down the lap. It's running nice, smooth, and consistent. Now, comparing his line to Aviator's line a little bit earlier, he's running a tad higher in the corners. As you can see, he's hitting it there, coming off of turn 2, down the backstretch. That was pretty clean. He got a good run off of the turn. Let's look at it as he comes into turn 3. He's got that higher arc entry coming into the corner, but he's exiting low, carrying the most speed he can out of the corner. And he's going to mess up right there, actually.
In order to exit that low, he's got to have a pretty loose preset, or either that or he really cranked that wedge down under the last stops. That's not an easy thing to do, as sharp as these corners are.
Now, Martinsville is one of those hard tracks to drive. I mean, it's so tight entering the corner. You need to be able to rotate the car. But if you rotate the car good, coming off the corner, it's going to be wicked loose. Just because it's so flat. It's a tough track, but it's a fun track.
Oh yeah, it's definitely but more than anything, it's a rhythm track. It looks like I don't recognize that person on the feed, but definitely appreciate it, Gixer. Yeah, these guys go after it every Thursday night, right around 9:00 p.m.
Yes, sir. Looks like we got Knights here battling with that 21 of God Power. No clue where he stands in the running at the moment. But he's going to be looking towards the inside, coming out into turn 3. Not able to get there this time by.
Yeah, with that pass, actually it looks like God Power put himself into P5, moving Knights back to P6. And it looks like a more smoke. Your race leader right now is on pit road.
And that's going to bring the 12 Knights down. There's the 2 Stout. He's going to come down as well. And this is where the money is made. This is where the track position is made. And this is where your win could be made. Getting into pit road and getting off. Yeah,
and the 42 is actually pretty quick getting on the pit road. I didn't get a chance to check out his speedometer, whether it looked like he sped or not, but he definitely got in there pretty good. We'll see if they hold him. But yeah, you see the 21 of God Powers on pit road now, and the 11 of CGMX Rose, the 18 of Rowdy, the 43 of Jose 720. They all figure if the 42 is going to go down pit road right now, and he's got us by at least 8 seconds back to P2, probably a good time to pit as well. Don't need him on brand new fresh tires, making up the ton better lap time, and then stay out on old tires. Ooh, 42 is loose now.
Yeah, he goes that 21 of God Power. He's just now coming out of pit road. Looks like CGMX Rose, yeah, he's going to sneak by Jose 720 right there. He's going to pick up another position as they go down into turn 1. He's got Rowdy right in his sights, just in front of him.
Yep, he's got Rowdy right in front of him, right with the 4-car.
Natty Dread. Natty's put up a heck of a fight right now. Rowdy, he's not getting by him.
Nope. Those two, they had their issues earlier. He's not going to just give him the line, not at all.
Yeah, and this time coming into turn 3, Rowdy is going to get there. He's going to drive that bad boy down into there. But we got the 4 of Natty giving him a little bit of bumper coming out of turn 4.
Yep, and all CGMX Rose right now is saying is, please don't get together. Let me go. The 11's going to pull down low. The 4 car is going to give him the lane. And the 4 cars barely snuck back in there. So now the 11's got his good old buddy, the 18, right in front of him to try to get past.
Yeah, and there's no love lost between those two, especially as of late in the playoffs.
Whatsoever.
Although I heard a good story that these guys were playing Call of Duty together.
Yeah, good buddies now.
Now I can't confirm whether they're playing hardcore where they can shoot each other. So I don't know, man. Rowdy might have just shot him in the back of the head when Rose was camping in a bush, but all I know is out there on the track right now, they're running right beside each other like always, and as far as I know, they're still rivals.
Oh yeah, they'll be rivals, and even though the 18 is the defending series champion, the 11 wants to take it from him this year. And I'm not sure if Rowdy is still saying it, but he was saying after this year he was going to retire. So who knows?
I heard he's going to stay. Shout out to the guy, man. Said great racing, great commentating. Thank you. We just wing it up here.
Appreciate that, sir.
That's Rowdy right there, though. Going to get a little loose out of turn 2, down the backstretch. Able to hold on to it, though, with Rose still there. Not able to pounce. And we're going to go ahead and bounce around. Yep, that 20 Ingalls definitely blown engine.
Yeah, he's still sitting there.
Unless he's eating a nice Martinsville hot dog.
got sick after eating it, more than likely. Let's see. 24 Coe and the 38 of Aviator. A little bit of battle. It looks like 38 is going to be able to make his way by. No real issues there. Still moving on. 11 and 18 still nose to tail. Yeah, that 20 car is all beat up.
Racer fan out there saying, I subscribe to you. I want to roll to 10K soon. Gotta get the 5K first.
Right.
But there's the 11 at CGMX Rose, giving the 18 of Rowdy a bit of a bumper. Coming out of turn 2, down into turn 3, side by side.
Yep, I'm looking back through the field, trying to get there with you. Yep, so the 11 finally made his way to the inside. You got the 43 Jose 720 right behind these two as those two kind of door checked each other. And there's that 4-car Natty Dread on brand new tires coming up behind his buddy, the 18. Let's see what happens with this 4-pack.
And they're still side by side as they come out of turn 4. They've been side by side for one whole lap, working on 2. But here comes Rose, strong on the inside. Rowdy holding out there, though.
Yeah, Rowdy's going to get it. Whoa! Rowdy's lagging. Big wreck behind him.
And that's going to bring the caution.
Carroll collects the 22 with J-Paw.
Caution's
the
out.
12-car Knights is able to hold it down, and caution is out, HD.
Yep, caution's out. First caution of the night.
First caution of the night. Looked like that all started with a bit of lag out of the 18.
I think he got loose at it, too. I think that's what happened on the high side.
Is that what happened? Okay.
I on the high side like that, you do tend to get a little bit loose.
So now, with this caution, depending on how much time the Aviator was able to make up, kind of curious to see who gets that free pass here.
I'm going to go in and say the Aviator is at least 3 laps down. 2 to 3.
Yep. Off of a Moore's stream, it looks like it's going to be the 21 of God Power and Stout Whiskey. If another caution, caution breeds cautions. If another caution was to come out, Stout Whiskey would actually get his lap back. But right now it's CGMX Rose, followed by a More Smoke, Sweeter, Coey, and
Jose.
I think guys. Yep, Jose. Yep, you got it.
On the outside of Jose, you got the 22 with J. Paul. Right back there, P7. You got the 12 of Knights. On the outside of Knights, you got the 18 of Rowdy. Right there. And P9, the man of the hour. That's going to be Carroll sitting P9. On the outside of Carroll, looks like it's going to be the 4 Natty Dread.
Yep. So we're going to finish up our pace lap as they're going through 3 and 4 right now. The 11 of CGMX Rose is going to have the preferred line, but that 42 has been getting a real good arc through 3 and 4, even whether it's high side or low side. So we'll have to see how they play this out.
Yeah, and the 11 caught the 42, sleeping there just a bit as that one of Sweeter's going to get a good run, good restart. He should be almost clearing the 42 as they're going to go side by side down a backstretch into turn 3.
Yep, in turn 3, you got the 43 of Jose 720 right behind them. And there's the 12-car Knights on the inside of the 24 of Coey. He's going to have the preferred line going into 3 and 4.
And we had a wreck in the back of the field as the second caution of the night is out. Cautions back-to-back. You called it. Cautions breed cautions.
Caution is back out. Yep. And that should give Stout Whiskey his lap back. So we will have 9 cars back on the lead lap, I believe. We'll see what happens here in just a second. Doesn't really look like anybody's pitting, so Stout may not actually get his lap back.
There's got to be at least one person, right?
Oh, okay, yep, here they are. A few of them are pitting.
Yeah, a few of the guys in the back-to-back, I imagine they would pit.
Yep, and the Aviator's actually the first one to pit. So the first one still, and I think he's actually going to be only 1 lap down now. I don't think he actually got his lap back. I think the 2 cars are the recipient of the free pass there.
And going to give a little rundown, at least of the top 5, as we're going to do one more pace lap before the green flag flies back at Martinsville. We got the 11 of CGMX Rose there, still sitting in P1, the young gun CGMX Rose. On the outside of him, that 42 of a More Smoke. Sitting P3 is going to be the 1 of Sweeter Fees. On the outside of Sweeter is going to be the 43 of Jose 720. That 12 of Knights having a great run tonight. He's going to be sitting P5. There's Kobe, though, sadly getting knocked out last round. He's sitting P6. P7 is going to be the 18 of Rowdy. P8 on the outside is going to be the 22 of J-Paul as we come around turn 4.
Yep, and we're going to be going back green here. The 11 of CGMX Rose is going to take him, and he's going to actually duck up high, or dive up high, rather. Kind of curious as to why he did that, but hey, he's able to keep it in front of the 42 of a More Smoke. They got another big wreck behind between the 12 and the 18.
That's a tough break for the 12 as the third caution is back out. Man, we went like 2 or 3 green flag pit stops to 3 quick cautions.
Yep, and this is going to put the Aviator back on the lead lap.
I'm going to start,
Man.
I'm going to start the camera in the middle of the pack.
Okay. That's actually where I was. I was on the 18 as you were calling the lineup. And yeah, that was right on the 18 as him and the 12 made contact. It almost looked like someone in front of the 18, like maybe checked up a bit earlier than they really needed to. But hey, like you said, we're not driving these things.
Hey, we're not driving. We're just calling, and we do an average job at best at this. So, who are we to judge?
We do our best.
Yeah, we do. And yeah, and speaking of the Aviator back on the lead lap, he's made his way all the way back up to P6. That kid dominated the race early on before something happened. And if he could come back, be able to get that top spot, be interesting to see how his car does now. He's got a setup in.
Yep, I'm actually going to sit on the Aviator as we come through 3 and 4. Nope. Sorry, that was 1 and 2. Yep. Yep, we're going down the backstretch now. Now we're going through 3 and 4.
There we go.
At least I didn't say we were going green on the backstretch, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but we're about to go green now because there goes that young gun CGMX Rose. Taking a launch off the corner. This time that 42 or more smoke gets a decent jump as that Tua Stout Whiskey looking to make an advancement on that 38 of the Aviator, able to get back down low. Will we be able to complete a lap as that Tua Stout Whiskey looked like his front end bumper just dug into the grass and just shot his car up in the air?
Yeah, it shot him clear across that bump or across the curb. And yeah, he ended up all by himself. So he went from like P4 all the way back to P17 or 18 now. So yeah, good. I mean, while the 38 of the Aviator is back on the lead lap, right behind the 24 of Coe, and he's got just a few more positions to go to get back to where he was. The 2-car Stout Whiskey just lost a lot of really valuable points.
Yeah, he did. He also got force pitted in that whole thing because he is down pit road right now. He's going to go easily 2 laps down. He's going to need a couple more precautions if he's going to find himself back on the lead lap. Hopefully he can get it done, though. The man's been running strong as of late. Like he said, he's been running top 5 all night long.
Yeah, and if he got force pit, more than likely he was speeding in too. So that's going to hold him for another 15 seconds. He might actually end up losing 3+. Bad break for the 2-car Stout Whiskey. I'm very unfortunate for the guy.
Yes, sir, indeed. Here comes that 38 of the Aviator, looking low on the one of Sweeter feed, but Sweeter was down low on the 24 of Coe. Aviator thought better of it, checked out of it, didn't want to make a 3 wide at Martinsville.
Yeah, I'm kind of the 43 Jose 720 is really cutting the 38 a lot of slack. I mean, I know that these guys run a lot together, but and Jose's no longer in it. But man, you still gotta race these guys hard. It looks like a 38 of the Aviator. There we go. He's able to work his way by the 24 Coe, right back on that back bumper, the one of Sweeter.
Yeah, he's made his way back inside the top 5. Now the only question is there going to be at least one more caution as we look towards the front of the pack? There's the Tua Stout Whiskey. He's going to go ahead and jump out of the way from a more smoke. So he went another lap down as that young gun CGMX Rose in 11's got the race lead.
Going back through the field. Yep, CGMX Rose back to the lead. 42's actually a little bit mired a little bit further back. He's got some pretty heavy front end damage.
Huh.
Him and the 2-car Stout Whiskey.
I know the 2-car did, and man went flying in the air on my screen. Good Lord knows what he did on his.
So it seems to be the people that lead the most laps tonight have ended up with issues later here in the race. HD. Aviator led a whole bunch and got lapped. And then 42 led a whole bunch, and then he's back here with Stout Whiskey. So waiting on them to come back around. I'll get us a lap count and a running order. All right, looks like CGMX Rose is running P1, and while More Smoke is battling the 2-car, where I thought he was in the back, he's actually sitting in P2 right now. Sweeter is in 3rd. Aviator has worked his way back up to 4th after being 3 laps down. And Coe having a strong run in P5.
And that's a good strong running for him. And there's that 2 Stout Whiskey getting loose out of turn 4 down the front stretch. And there's that 6 of Heated Snowman getting a little loosey-goosey as well out of turn 4. We got a wad of cars right here. The 12, you said there's that 24, the 1, the 38. They are all over each other going down the back stretch into turn 3.
Yeah, and the 4 car and the 18 are doing battle again. The 18 just gave the 4 a nice little door check and sent him up to the outside wall. That allowed the 21 of God Power to get by. And behind them, they've got the 47 of Fort Smitty.
Man, the 12 looking to make a power move there on the 1 of Sweeter Feeds. And he's going to go ahead and hit the curb there just a bit. That's going to force him 3 wide for a minute. There goes that 6 car. Heated Snowman spinning around at turn 4.
Yeah, no caution though, HD. The 12 and the 1 are still side by side. One car's going to have a little bit of a run on the outside. Looks as we see the 22 of J-Paw exiting the pits.
Yeah, he's got out of the pits, but look no farther because here comes that 18 of Rowdy.
18 of Rowdy, he is loose off of every corner. I mean, you might need a little looseness in order to carry the bottom line around this track, but he's having to turn right before he can go back left again.
It's fast, man. You got to turn right
to
go fast. If you're not turning right in NASCAR Heat 3, you're not going fast.
If you're slow, you gotta go. Oh boy. All right, working my way back through again. Looks like the 48 of Carroll is going to give room to the 2 car of Stout Whiskey. Let him go on by. As we see, the 12 car of Knights is trying to track down the 24 of Coe, and he's got the 1 car of Sweeter Feed right behind him.
Can we get a lap count?
Absolutely. We've got 73 to go.
Man, we're flying.
Oh yeah, even with 3 cautions. I'm guessing after that last caution, Coe kind of came over and said, "All right, guys, take it easy. We still got 100 laps or so to go. Let's finish this out under green." And as of right now, they've all got a little bit of space between to see the 12 car Knights get under the 24. He's able to put himself up to P4. So Knights continues that solid run that he's got tonight.
Yeah, and there's that 18 of Rowdy right behind Sweeter Feeds. I just saw that Eminem nose poke up in there, give him the bumper. He's like, "Hey, bud, I'm faster than you. Get out the way." And he's going to dive that thing down into turn 1 to squeeze by him. But here comes that 21 of God Power as well.
Yep, he opened the door for the 21 to be able to follow the 18 through that hole. And Jose 720 looks like he's going to be able to take advantage of that as well. So your top 5 right now is CGMX Rose with the 2nd lead over a More Smoke. Then you've got the Aviator in 3rd. Aviator's still clicking off some really strong lap times. Then you got the 12 car of Knights in P4, still having that great points night. And then Coe's sitting P5. So out of the top 5, you've got 4 chasers. No, don't do that.
I'm going to need water.
There you go.
This break is brought to you by Deer Park. And this is why we're amateurs.
Hey. You know what it sounds like, HD? It sounds like a good time for a crank it up session. What do you think about that? And I guess you can't hear me. All right, so yeah, I'll keep going through and see what I can find here. Looks like a 21 of God Power is able to make his way underneath the 24 of Coe. Get the 6 car Heated Snowman and the 42 of a More Smoke doing battle. So More is going to need to try to get past Heated, which is sitting in 11th place right now. So this is, I'm guessing right now Heated Snowman is the first car 1 lap down.
You want to know why we're better than NBC?
How's that?
Because I'm eating Italian ice right now. They couldn't do that.
I need the pit. No, you can't. Why? I'm having ice cream. Okay.
No, we're
ice
not.
Cream.
Commercial. We're back from a commercial. Go back to commercial. I'm eating ice cream.
Let's see here. Still going through. As I see, Cole 315 is actually checked into the stream. He's a big follower of J-Pop. I think J-Pop right now is about a lap down. He had some early problems. He hasn't quite been able to recover from them yet, but never count him out though.
You never count that 22 and J-Paul out there. We got Boswell Cup 4 times where.
Yep.
Well, this is the NNR Cup, best league out there in my opinion. But
Absolutely.
hey, that's just my opinion. What am I to say? You know, we all get a vote. You get a vote. I get a vote.
I get a vote.
You don't get a vote.
Oh. A little bit of a battle there between the 37 and the 38.
Yeah, 37 a Pro Viper. I'm assuming is a lap down because I think the 11 of CGMX Rose had to work by him, but that 38 of the Aviator is definitely cooking a booking out here at Martinsville. Like we said earlier on, he led a lot of laps. In the beginning, he was on leading laps. He was pulling away from the field. Had a little issue.
Yep.
He's got himself back on the lead lap, finding himself sitting P3, trying to chase these leaders down.
Yep, sitting P3. Knights is behind him, about 2.5 seconds. And then Rowdy just made a pass to put himself into P5. So right now it's CGMX Rose. More Smoke still sitting P2. More Smoke is still winless in this playoff part of the series, or part of the season rather.
And you know, More Smoke's a great story
Kind of hard to
because
believe.
the guy is he killed it in the regular season. Won like what, 7-8 times in the regular season.
Yeah.
Gets to the playoffs. Look where he's at in the points. He's currently sitting tied for last. He's got no playoff points to start this round. He's not used to this situation. I've been giving him hell the past couple of weeks. I'm saying, man, what's going on? That's not the normal More Smoke we're used to. I'm used to seeing you out there leading a bunch of laps. I'm saying, yep, a More Smoke's got this wrapped up. I don't think I've said that in the last 4 weeks. But here he is showing up in Martinsville, sitting P2, trying to chase that young gun down.
And I'll tell you what, the way that he's making his way through the corners, he is hugging that curb without actually hitting him as he goes through 3 and 4 now, a little bit off the curb. But last time around in 1 and 2, he was right on it and really fast. But yeah, still sitting P2, so this will be a good points night for him. But above all, right now, CGMX Rose sitting in P1, and they've got 50 laps to go. I think all these guys will just have to pit one more time. That will be the money stop, HD. With Rose sitting P1, and More Smoke sitting P2, Aviator P3, Knight still holding on to P4, just about a half second above Rowdy. Your top 5, they're really, really strong cars.
Man, they're one of the strongest, and you know we're gonna start getting to the conversation on who do you got getting locked in the top 4, getting locked to that championship race at Homestead. You know, those guys you just mentioned, they're hard to say not to be locked in. And that race leader, 11 and CGMX Rose, looking to get locked in, and there's that 21 and God Powers. There's a huge wreck in turn 1 that's gonna collect the 11. A CGMX Rose and the 42 of a More Smoke. Caution's out.
Take that gas right out of the equation. That'll take the gas right out of the equation.
Because I'm not entirely too sure what happened. Just God Power was sitting there looking like I don't know what he was looking like, but he's looking like a traffic cone in the middle of the highway. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think somebody hit the curb in front of him. Yeah, the 4 car Natty Dread hit the curb and just collected the 11, and I think I'm not quite sure who the other car was, but it looked like Amore was able to make his way around the outside to avoid most of that. So let's get a new lap count here as soon as his stream comes back.
We'll get that. We'll do a
And get a
little
new
quick
running order.
rundown as the 11 at CGMX Rose is still going to be your race leader. On the outside of Rose is going to be that 42 of a More Smoke. I think the man who's possibly got the best car in this race, that 38 of the Aviator, sitting P3. You know, these guys didn't want to see him back up here on the lead lap. But I think the man of the hour as well, that 12 of Knights. sitting there in P4, get a top 5 running. That's going to help his chances to make it to that final championship race at Homestead. And rounding out that top 5, there's the 18 of Rowdy, the man who's won the last 2 races at Martinsville.
Yeah, over the last couple weeks, we've been saying CGMX Rose, More Smoke, Rowdy, and the Aviator as probably your 4 best. And here they are.
Man, here they are.
Gonna say, hey, don't count me out yet. All right, so we're back under green. Looks like the 11 of CGMX Rose was able to get a great start. The 42 of More Smokes gave him a little bit of a bumper to push the 11 car up the track. 38 of Aviator's going to be able to regain P3, and that puts Knights right back in P4 where he was, with Rowdy sitting P5.
And we mentioned it earlier, there's no love lost between that 42 and the 11. As the 11 driving it back down in there into turn 3, trying to get to his bumper. Couldn't get to it that time.
Nope, not that time. You could definitely tell he ran that corner quite a bit deeper than he normally would have. I think he was trying to get a little bit of payback to that 42, but not quite. Not just yet.
Here's that 42 of a More Smoke looking to check out. And 11 loose out of turn 4.
All right, go back through the field here. The 12 car of Knights is doing his best to hold the 18 of Rowdy behind him. Behind these guys, you got the 43 of Jose 720, 24 of Coe, and the 1 car of Sweeter Feed. That makes up just about your top 10. Along with those guys that are running up front right now. Still the 42 of a More Smoke, the 11 of CGMX Rose, 38 of Aviator, and a 12 car of Knights.
I wish we could get like a tracker on like where that Tua Stout is currently at, especially with his laps. He's got to be probably 2 laps down, you would think, still.
Yeah, I would imagine he's 2 laps down. I mean, you normally lose 2 laps just by pitting under green. But because he was forced pit, and no doubt he was, forced speeding, he had to have lost that 3rd lap as well.
I think that's a good bet, but right now we got some pressure right now for 2nd place, as that 38 of the Aviator giving the 11 a little bit of a bump, entering turns 3 and 4 down the front stretch. The only thing is these guys are teammates.
Yeah, they are teammates with a More Smoke Racing, and yeah, they're gonna do everything that they can to help each other win. So, do you think they'll actually block for the 42, or do you think they'll actually get up there and try to get it racy?
Nah, these guys are on red line. Certain. 11 and 38 are on red line. I don't think they're part of More Smoke.
No, you're right. Why am I thinking the 11 was part of a More Smoke Racing?
I don't know. If it was, he'd be fired a long time ago.
Yeah, that was definitely wrong on my part. What am I thinking of that? I'll have to revisit that. But anyway, yeah, definitely got some great racing going on a little bit further in the pack. It looks like the 18 of Rowdy was able to get by that 12. Now the 12 is going to have to hold off the 43 of Jose 720 in order to stay in the top 5. As far as a position on that 2 car, the 2 is right behind Coe and in front of Natty Dread. But as far as what position number, it's kind of hard to tell without the tool. HD
Zane, we need the tool, as we got Roswell out there saying, great commentator. Man, we're getting hella compliments tonight. What are we doing?
Definitely appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the shout outs to the commentating crew, man. As always, man, Pete, this is fun coming up here every week, every Thursday night, calling this Cup Series racing. Just a blast. I love it.
Oh yeah, so do I. I started off, watching and listening to you and Deeds. Shout out to Deeds from the winter race at Sonoma last winter, all the way through to, I think, where did I join you? I think it was Kentucky or something like that. And it's been fun ever since. I appreciate the opportunity, HD.
Wow, that's great. No, don't you appreciate me as 18 of Rowdy there. Gonna tag the wall, coming out of turn 4. as that 12 of Knights possibly looking to get back inside the top 4, but I think he's pretty content running 5th. I think that's a great, strong finish for the 12.
Oh, yeah, definitely a strong finish for the 12. Again, not quite sure what his strategy was, what his skill was, how he felt about his car. I didn't get a whole lot of a chance to talk to him before the race, but it doesn't matter. He's got himself in the top 5 at a really hard track.
You know, start looking at the top 3, though. Looks like that young gun CGMX Rose is chasing down that 42 of More Smoke, and he's gapped himself as well on 3rd place, the 38 of Aviator. The 11 looking fast.
Yep. CGMX Rose is clicking off a 10th at a time. So you're right. He's definitely reeling the 42 of More Smoke back in, and then 6/10 behind Rose. You've got the Aviator, and then Rowdy and Knights. But you're talking, a second interval. So even though, the 42 is leading right now, he's by no means, he's not checking out. They're keeping tabs on him this time.
What's going on, James? True, man. No problem, dude. Appreciate the words. Much love.
Keep going through the field here.
Yes, we gotta keep our eye though on that race lead, as there's that 2 of Stout Whiskey looking low on the 24 of Coe going down a backstretch. But I'm gonna go into Superman. Stout is still a couple laps down. He's gonna need a few more cautions, I think, if he wants to find himself back up to where he should be running inside that top 5 as well, right around that top 5.
Yeah, he's gonna really need something to happen here. And for a second there, I thought maybe that was going to happen with the 24 looking really loose. I thought maybe he might have got into somebody else, but it all panned out. We're still under green. Top 5 has not changed. As you see, a little bit of a battle a little bit further in the back between the 22 of J-Pond, the 48 of Carroll. Continuing to go through here. So the other 2-car Stout Whiskey's actually made its way past that 24. Now you got the 4-car Natty Dread and the 37 of Pro Viper. They've got their sights set on the 24 of Kobe as well.
And these top 3 are still up here battling. You got the 18 of Rowdy back here in P4, getting closer and closer to the Aviator's bumper. We might see a 4-car battle before this thing is all said and done. Try and get a lap count here coming up if we can.
Yep, absolutely. As soon as he crosses the start-finish line, he's coming through 3 and 4 right now.
The wear is ×2.
Yep, wear is ×2. It's 2 times 2 times fuel and wear. We've got 25 to go, HD.
They should be good on fuel, right?
Yeah, we should definitely be good on fuel. When that caution came out at like lap where we're right around 52 to go, that should have been their last stop. The only thing is their tires are going to be screaming by the time that checkered flag falls.
Basically come down to a long run car, and here comes that 38 of the Aviator back on the bumper of the 11 of CGMX Rose.
Yeah, he's right back with him. So these two, they can't get to racing each other really hard with the 42 right in front of them, because the more they get side by side, or the more they got to worry about mirror driving or whatever, the 42 is just going to be able to get away. But if they stay single file like this, the 42 is not going anywhere.
Not a distance.
Again, that 42 is still winless in the postseason.
It's just amazing to hear that winless. Didn't he win a race? I thought he won one. Didn't he win Dover?
Nope, that was the 18 of Rowdy.
What do I know?
Yeah, the 18 of Rowdy actually got under the 11 of CGMX Rose, forced them up the track at Dover, and that was the whole thing. Well, no, the 11 came down on me, and the 11 said, no, you came up and endured me. So, between Dover and Las Vegas and whatnot, yeah, the 11 and the 18, they may shoot each other on some other game, but on the track they're really competitive.
Yes, sir, indeed. Now you got a new story folding in the mix. That 42 is going to have to work with a little bit of lap traffic, as he's got the 48 of Carroll right in front of him. He's going to ride up, get out of the line, but that's going to help Rose out a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, that held up the 42 for just a second, and it looks like the 48 Carroll got up and might have slapped that wall a little bit, made the 38 have to check up. But yeah, we're gonna stay. Yep, we're gonna stay clean, stay green. 42 still looks like he might be a little loose getting in, as another lap car is gonna get in the way here. 22 with J-Paw. J-Paw's having a really off night tonight. Usually he's in a little bit, a little bit of in the mix more. Just doesn't seem so tonight. And we do have some takers on pit road. I just saw the 6 of Heated Snowman on there.
Yeah, we had the 6 and the 2 of Stout Whiskey, but I think they stayed out during that last caution trying to get one of those laps back. Almost
took the free pass.
Yeah, took the free pass around when everyone else pitted. So I think we're still good to go to the end as we're running the laps down. If we can get a lap counter, we got to be, 15 to go. Not close to it.
I would say you're probably pretty dead on to that. More Smoke is on the backstretch right now. He's going to have to battle with the 22 of J-Paw here real quick. And, yep, you were dead on. 14 now.
I'm going to play a lottery after this. What am I doing?
I would too. I absolutely would too. All right, so, yeah, the 11 CGMX Rose. You got 38 of the Aviator. The 18 of Rowdy's not too far back.
Oh, there we go, though. There's the Aviator going to sneak by the 11 at CGMX Rose. We got a new second place leader. We got Aviator out in front, and we know he's got a fast car. The only question is, can he chase that 42 down with 13 to go here at Martinsville?
Oh, if he can, he's going to have to really. He might have to use that bumper to get past him. I don't think Amore's just going to give it to him easy. The track, you can go 3 wide, 4 wide sometimes in these corners. You won't make it out of the corner, but Amore might have to make his car, 4 lengths wide in order to keep the Aviator behind him.
Let's see if we can get on with the Aviator. Here we go.
Yeah, he's inching ever closer. He's down to 4/10.
Yeah, CGMX Rose in the 11 is going to slap the wall coming out of turn 4. That should allow Rowdy maybe to catch up to him, get to his bumper, and try and get that top 3 finish.
Yep. Rowdy is sitting 1.3 seconds behind Rose. Aviator actually just lost 2/10, so Amore had a better lap than the Aviator that last time round, but we should be coming to 10 to go. I'll get a definite lap count here as Amore's making his way through 3 and 4 off of his stream. Again, big shout out Amore. I definitely appreciate the Twitch feed on Thursday nights. Always helpful. As we've got H to go, eight laps to go. HD.
8 laps.
Eight to go.
Man, well, it's going to be 7 to go, and this 7 laps going to go by super fast here at Martinsville. Oh, yeah. And barring if something crazy happens, and more Smoke has extended that lead on the second place.
Yeah, he definitely did. He was to 4/10 to a half second. Now he's actually got a full second back to the Aviator.
Let's try and bounce around here just to see if we get any racing going on anywhere else. Here's the 4. He's in contention, but he's the only one in playoff contention right now. Is at 24. Coey's going to slap the wall coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch.
I'm still sticking with the 42 of Amore Smoke, Aviator, Rose. Rowdy did make his way to P4, and Knights, he's still as of right now 6 seconds behind the leader. He's still sitting in P5. It's still a great points night for that 12 car. Ooh, more Smokes, a little loose coming off the corner. As we got 4 to go, HD. He's actually loose getting in and loose coming off. This might be a little bit of a break for the Aviator and the 11 of CGMX Rose. They've cut down 2/10 in that corner.
Yeah, they're getting a little closer with 3 to go that time by here at Martinsville, the start of the Eliminator round. Who's going to get locked into that final race at Homestead, that championship race? This time by Pete at the line, 2 to go.
Yep, 2 to go, and they are exactly half second behind. But now the 42 of More Smoke's got to try to work by the 24 of Coey, and I think that's who is that right in front of Coey. But either way, these guys are definitely slowing up the 42.
Yeah, and Coey running great in the race line. That's not going to help him More Smoke at all. White flag in the air here at Martinsville.
Yep, white flag's out. He's got a half second up on the 38 of Aviator. Aviator's there.
Yeah, he's there, but it's be close, but no cigar as a More Smoke coming through turns 3 and 4. Checker flags in the air. More Smoke's your race winner.
All right, great job, More Smoke. Your first win in the playoffs. You definitely needed that. That'll get you around. And our top 3 will be a More Smoke, Aviator, and CGMX Rose. Your young guns, HD.
Yes, sir, and please turn your attention to the broadcast booth, brought to you by our very own Carol 489.
Appreciate all the comments on the feed tonight. You know, every Thursday night the Cup cars run. We've got 4 races left in this season. The Xfinity and the Truck Series are both running practices. You know, go to Facebook, search out NNR. If you're interested in running in the league, Dewman is running tryouts for the Xfinity. Carol, which you see the face of this YouTube channel or HD's channel, is or for NNR anyway, is he's running the trucks next season. If you're interested, hey, give us a shout. Fill out the page, and we'll get back to you.
Yes, sir, indeed. As we got Rose, we got Aviator. We're going to start and kick this bad boy off. Rose finishing P3, if I'm not mistaken. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you were right there. You had the race lead at the end of the race. It looked like that 42 gave you a bit of a bump, and that was all she wrote. Is that what happened from your end, or is that just from our end?
Yeah, 2 of them, actually. I mean, it's short track racing. He had a chance and took it. I'm not going to blame him for anything there. That's just what you got to do.
Looking back at it, though, it looked like you drove it in there into turn 3 one time. Came up just short from connecting to him. If you could have got to him at the end of the race, would you have returned that favor?
Of course. I mean, it's just how it is. It's short track racing.
All right, there you go. I'd like to throw any shout-outs.
Yeah, my team. Amore Racing Clean for the most part. Stout. Yeah, everybody.
All right, thanks for giving us a shout-out. Pete, why don't you take Aviator? We don't want to talk to Rose anymore.
All right, Aviator, repeat. You got me, sir.
Gotcha.
All right, bud. Well, you gave us the biggest question in the first half of the race that none of us could answer. You went down pit road, and then you went down pit road again. What happened?
So, the game did a weird thing to me. I entered pit road, like 3 seconds ahead of Smoke. I got to my pit stall, and Smoke got out of his pit stall, and it dragged me with him, and I couldn't pit, so I had to go back around. And I came back out. Last place, 2 laps down.
Lovely game issues. Yeah, we're sitting here wondering, you know, did you forget to take fuel? Did you forget to take 4 tires, or you know what happened? And we knew that you were going to lose those at least those 2 laps. But man, great comeback. The cautions definitely fell your way. P2, great points night for you going forward. Man, you definitely you were pulling away before that first round of green flag pit stops, but yeah, definitely congrats on your finish tonight, sir. Way to fight.
You,
Any shout outs, sir?
Not this week. No friends this week.
No friends this league. No friends. All competition. All right, HD, you've got our winner, Mr. 42, Mr. Consistency.
I don't want to hear that. Well, maybe I do. Maybe he's back. I no longer give him crap. Giving a lot of crap lately, saying, where's that More Smoke at? I'm used to call him out front, and the man's been sitting mid-pack. But More Smoke, you got it done. Run me through
Yes, sir.
giving Rose the bumper. What was going through your head?
Well, I knew my car was good on the long run. And I knew he was just a little bit better on the short run. So I was like, if I don't at least get into the lead now, because that's the only opportunity. I did it, and I ran as fast as I could.
Well,
Made a couple mistakes on the way, but it was tight. That last 45 laps was nerve-wracking.
I bet it. And that's your first win in the playoffs, right?
Second.
I told you, Pete.
Where did you win that?
I told you.
Richmond.
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 Oh, that, yeah, okay.
I
All
told
right.
you.
I just didn't win in round 2.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm wrong.
At least you admit when you're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Rose. But nah, but man, it was a great battle for you. Really, I mean, I think cars of the field's got to be, the 18. You got to throw Rowdy in there. He had some trouble, made it back to P4. But the other 3 I had to throw in there is definitely you guys. You all led all the laps tonight, if I'm not mistaken, between you guys and Rowdy. Would you like to throw any shout-outs, though?
You guys, man, thanks for, recording all the races and, broadcasting everything. So, shout out to you guys this week. Shout out to my team. Practiced a pretty good bit. I didn't think I had the best car, but I just kept working with it and trying to get different ones throughout the week. So, yeah, appreciate you guys a lot.
Oh, thanks. I almost brought a tear. But, yeah, you got anything to say, Pete?
No, that was a great race. Definitely all the way around. Happy to get this paperclip race complete, get it in the books. There weren't a whole lot of drama, but man, on to the next.
Yeah, now you can't say that I'm going to get eliminated.
This is true. I cannot say you'll get eliminated.
I can't.
You are on through to the championship race of more
Thank
smoke.
God.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Thank God I made it.
Yeah, you'll still get wrecked in the championship race.
Yeah.
But, guys, that's been another broadcast of the NNR Racing League. Quick shout-out to Rock NASCAR out there, Justin Mons, Dwight, man, and also a guy who said he just tried out for NNR. Hopefully you make it, bud. I'm sure you did good. But it's been another great race here in the NNR Racing League at Martinsville. Don't ask me where I'm going next week because I've got no freaking clue. I'll find out next Thursday night around 7 p.m. I got to go get yelled at by Coey. Until next time, see you guys on the track. Peace.